Welcome, welcome, everyone. Happy Brand Therapy Thursday. I am so excited to be here with you on this amazing New Year's Eve day. So, as you're coming in, say hi, let me know you're here. If you have not yet given StreamYard permission to use your name, I need you to do that because that's how I'm able to see the comments in the chat. So, how is everybody doing? I want to hear from you. I want to hear about all the New Year's Eve plans that you have and what you're doing. If you are staying in, are you staying sort of just local with a small group of friends, or are you just going to be home? I know for us, Jim and I and Fancy, we're just going to hang low. We are just going to sit in gratitude and do some reflection and do some personal planning for the year ahead. And that's one of the things that I want to talk to you about today. Hey, Jacqueline. That's one of the things I want to talk to you guys about today is as we're looking forward to 2021 and we have all of the goals and all of the intentions that we're working on, I want to put a fine point and a reminder that you must absolutely put your personal plans, your vacations, your time off, your whatever, those need to be the first things that you put on your calendar. So if you're in the accelerator, you work with me as a client in the Platinum program, I'm always talking about the wall calendar. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there are several posts in the Savvy Branders Tribe Facebook group where you can just click, purchase it. I think it's available on Amazon. It's like $8. But it's a great wall calendar to have because it gives you a dashboard view of your business. So Jacqueline says, let me see what Jacqueline says. Jacqueline says, going on our boat with friends for ride, drinks, eat, be merry, watch the sunset. I mean, so good, so perfect. Yeah, definitely you want to be doing fun things for yourself. You definitely want to be thinking about how you can refresh, restore, just like get some time for yourself, because as entrepreneurs, we are always on the go. We're always busy doing. And if you don't take some time for yourself to be refreshed and revitalized, then you'll end up having frustrations and stress and resenting your business. And nobody wants that at all. So definitely put some time for yourself. And let's see, I'm not sure who this is. Somebody says having dinner with neighbors, whoever that was. Can you click on the link in the video somewhere? It says to give StreamYard permission to use your name. I would so appreciate that because I want to be able to address you by name. So authenticity is really important. It's one of the core fundamental elements of building your brand. You want to stay in the truth of who you are. I am not a person who kind of believes in that fake it till you make it, as much as sometimes we say that, but what we're really saying is to invoke some courage, invoke some belief, right? Some forward, moving momentum, which is great, but you've got to be authentic to who you are. Hey, KP. Good morning, good afternoon, my love. Oh, KP says giving. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, my love. Listen, all of my fashionistas, all of my designers, all of my stylists are in the house. And yes, we've got to come on our platforms and be wow. So how are you going to show up authentically in 2021? You've got to stand in the truth of who you are, what your brand is about, what you do. One thing I want you to just hear me say loud and clear is you're running your own race. You are running your own race. You are not to look left and you are not to look right. You are not to ponder down the road at what that other person is doing. I need you to hear me say, run your race. Run your race. Hey, Brenda, my love. How's LA? Run your race. It's so easy to want to take the blinders off and look and see what somebody else is doing, but they're in the middle of running their own race. And you have to put the blinders on. Yep, Jacqueline, you got to put those blinders on and be focused on the business of what it is that you are trying to do with your business, with your brand. Because you don't know what's happening in the back rooms of their business. You don't know what strategies, you don't know what operation, you have no idea how any of what they're doing is showing up. So you're basically trying to make a decision point without having all the information, but you know what's going on in your business, right? You know what's going on in your business. You know what you need to be doing. You know what you want to stand for. You know what you want your reputation in the marketplace to be. So that is what you need to be squarely focused on. They could be on a whole different thing. And it's like, you know, the saying, comparing apples to oranges, right? You just don't want to do that. So mark yourself as decision point now, blinders on, eyes on the prize. What's your prize? What are you going for in 2021? And this isn't so much about making a resolution as it is being like really just determined and decided. It's not a hope on a wish and a prayer. It's this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to go down. Yes. So whoever said morning, not sure you're seeing this, please look around the video somewhere where it says to give StreamYard permission to use your name. That's why I'm not seeing it. Good afternoon, Angel. Beautiful. How are you? Thank you for being here. Happy New Year, Jamie. Happy New Year. Awesome. So you want to be focused on your decision points. It's not, I'm hoping this is what's going to happen in 2021. I want you to feel the energy of this is what's going to happen in 2021. So if you don't already have a dedicated book to your brand, then please grab one. When you are looking at, let me see if this is the one, of all of the things that you know need to happen next year for you to show up authentically. Because number one, you're going to be laser focused on how you want to be seen and what do you want to be known for. For those accelerators who are in the Brand Accelerator program, you know, we had an awesome brand clarity masterclass where I took them through this exercise, and it was just eye-opening and revealing for so many. So if you're not an accelerator, there's a link somewhere in this video that I want to encourage you to go ahead and get yourself enrolled. You are missing the boat massively by not being in this program. I can't even begin to explain to you the growth, the transformation, the leveling up, the new eyes, new vision that are happening for all of the accelerators. So you have a journal that's just for your brand. Now, what is this going to be? This is not your gratitude journal, because I have a separate dedicated gratitude journal. This is not the journal where you set intentions, because I have a separate journal where I set intentions specifically for my business. I want this to be the parking lot. You've heard me talk about this before. You have a journal that represents the parking lot, because here's what happens. Because as entrepreneurs, we are blessed with an overabundance of ideas, right? We are blessed with an overabundance of ideas. Hello, beautiful Dr. Marilyn. Thank you for being in the house. Happy New Year, my love. Hey, Karen. Yes. I can see you now. I can see you, Mikiko. Yes. Yes. The idea book, as Mikiko calls it, I call it the parking lot. And why do we do that? Because what that says to you is it's a temporary hold for the ideas that come to you. So you're going to have ideas that are coming. People are going to come to you and say, we can do this. What about this? Let's partner here. A whole host of opportunities will be coming to you. But what you want to do is you're basically telling your mind, I'm not going to attend to this right now. I'm not going to toss it out, because sometimes, your body and your ego gets into fear, like, oh my God, if I don't do this thing right now, I'm not going to reach my goals. But that's not true. That's just a fib. What you're psychologically saying to your brain is, I hear you. It was a brilliant idea. I am going to mark it as a not now, in the future idea in the parking lot book. So what this says is, when you go to a parking lot, it's not like a garage where you're like, the car is parked for months and years. A parking lot is temporary. It means I'm only going in the store for a few hours. Or I'm flying out from the airport. We're coming back in 10 days, which, oh, by the way, when we talk about travel, like my husband and I, we just booked a 9-day cruise to Panama City, going through the Panama Canal, Costa Rica, Aruba. I'm telling you guys, plan your stuff. And listen, for me, I was like, oh my God, is COVID going to be gone by then, getting on a cruise? And I said, you know what? Guess what? If COVID's still raging, we cancel it. So plan your stuff. So a parking lot, though, just says, just a temporary hold. My car's only going to be there for 5 days, 10 days, 6 days, whatever. And then I will come back and deal with it. So the ideas here, the opportunities, the notions, the what ifs are put in a parking lot. So that psychologically tells your brain, don't worry, ego, don't worry. I'm not tossing out your brilliant idea. I'm going to come back to it. And why is this important? And why am I talking about this with authenticity? Because if you try to attend to every single thing that comes into your mind, you'll look like the Tasmanian devil running around town. Can I get a yes, yes? Who knows that to be true? Yes. Jacqueline says she calls it the Inspired Action Book. Love it. Give it whatever name you want. The strategy is what I'm telling you, that this is the parking lot where you're going to come back and get it at some point in time. But there's no I have to, I ought to do it today, because there are other things that you need to be doing straight away. So when you think about being authentic, you want to really be expressing the core values of your brand. You don't want it to seem like you're all over the show, you're running around crazy, doing different things. That doesn't seem authentic. That seems that expresses somebody who's desperate for money and just chasing everything that moves. You want to be authentic to who you say you are. And the way that you demonstrate that is because you're practiced in the action of it. There's tenure in the position. People can know week after week, month after month, they're going to come back and see you doing that thing that you said you were going to be doing with your brand. And that signals to them, oh yeah, this person is truth. They're trustworthy, they're reliable, they're the real deal. I'll tell you a true story. When, let's see, who's this? I'm not sure who this is, Facebook user that says yes. Look around the video somewhere. There should be a note or a link that says to give StreamYard permission to use your name. And that's what we need. Thank you. Jacqueline says we're going away to, okay, going to a premier owner of a hotel shares in Mexico with some, oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. Yeah. Plan your trips. Let me know what trips you've got coming up. And why this is important is, remember, I always say to you, it's not this or that. It's this and that. We have work to do. As entrepreneurs, we know that. Our schedule doesn't end at 5. We don't have the hour lunch break. We don't have the 2-week vacation. We go, right? We set our hours, we set the schedule. But what you want to make sure you're doing is saying, yes, as part of my ability to flow and be this, larger than life realtor or this larger than life strategist, whatever, you need time to woosah, you need time to reflect, you need time to be a human person. So that's why I'm saying definitely for sure 2021, make sure you're booking things. Like one of the things I was telling Jim this morning, I said, I'm going in for my 2021 calendar, even though I don't have any definite plans for a lot of things. The day before a holiday and the day after a holiday, my schedule is shut down. I don't even know what I'm doing. I could literally just be home. It doesn't matter to me. That's my decision point where I'm saying that those are like my sacred days, right? Where I just need to like rest and woosah. As an introvert, I need time to like decompress and just like be in my zone. So that's my intention this year. I'm not going to be just, scheduled within an inch of my life. Okay. Let's see. Jacqueline says, okay, we talked about that one. Yes. And the self-care. Woohoo. The Scalp Diva is going to St. Thomas. I love it. Book it. Look for the location. I mean, the hotel, the wherever you're doing, plan it, book it. Like we're literally putting money down. We're going to be just like, getting for everything. It's happening. You've got to make sure that you have that on the calendar, because otherwise, as you get into the year and you're busy doing, and January is going to feel like it's all this like big, you're in this pressure cooker because, right? There's all that energy of like, now it's a new year, we're doing. But this is why when I say build a stay ready brand, so you never have to get ready. We're just flowing into 2021. I mean, it's not like this big like ta-da, because if you're authentically doing the thing that you say you're about from year to year, big, huge, massive shifts aren't supposed to be happening for you, right? You're going to be getting into more flow. You're going to be getting into different expressions of the brand, but it's not like every year you've got this new wholesale change. So you should be in flow. You should be ready. We're just, tomorrow is just, it's another day to crush it. It's another day to level up. It's another day to just really rock it. But you want to make sure you put those personal time on the calendar for sure. Like when we hang up, when we end this session, I want to make sure that you're doing that, because then you're setting that intention to yourself that like, yes, I know I'm going to crank. I know I'm going to do this and that, but I have time that I can look forward to being with my family, being with friends, thinking, strategizing, etc. Make sense? Okay. So where are you right now with your planning stuff? Meaning, what work have you already sort of articulated to yourself that is going to be optimized for 2021, right? Because, right, truth be told, we had so many lessons learned in 2020. I was having a conversation with one of the accelerators, and she was saying, you know what, for her, the whole pandemic, though so many tragedies, contained within that, actually was a good in the sense that it made her shift her business to online. Now she has more time to be with her family. She's got more time to spend at home. And now she's able to even reach more people than she was before. So I want you to think about, for you, for 2021, where's the focus going to be? Right. So remember what I said, when you're being authentic, you're doing that one thing that you do, and you're going to be doing it well. We're not dilly-dallying. We're not skipping through the mulberry bush. We're showing up as the experts in our industries. We need to show up as the go-to person for the solution that our people have for their problems. So I want to know what your plans are. Let's see. Brenda says, brand therapy Thursday, and every week calendar, every time it's on the calendar, and everyone in this. If you're not in, ladies and gentlemen, seriously, the best thing you ever do. Yeah, the Brand Accelerator program it's money in the bank. That's all I'm going to say to you is right now. So the AppSumo deal is still on. So let me just be clear on this. So the hashtag Faith for Life ends today. It ends today. I've been talking about this. I've shared. It ends today. But the AppSumo deal is still on. So you can still get in for $97. It's still going to be the lifetime you're in the accelerator program, but only the people who enrolled this year get into the Faith for Life program. And you know what that means? There are going to be special meetings, there are going to be special programs, there are going to be special trainings that only the hashtag Faith for Life people get. Just is what it is. If you know you're in and you're a hashtag Faith for Life, let me see the hashtag Faith for Life to let the people know this is for real, for real. If you are in before the strike of midnight today, as I like to say with like American Express, membership has its privileges. You're in a select group called hashtag Faith for Life. And the people in hashtag Faith for Life get special privileges. They get special treatment. If you join tomorrow, you're still in the accelerated program for life, but you don't get hashtag Faith for Life access, right? KP is in. KP is like Faith for Life, for life, for life. Makiko is like, but the other day Makiko was like, I can't get into the training. She was like, just literally screaming in the comments. I was rolling on the floor. She was like, look, ma'am, I'm not trying to miss anything that you're doing. And Karen's Faith for Life. You want to make sure for 2021 that you're in. But so thinking about the authenticity, what are you doing? How are you showing up? What plans do you have in place to say, okay, right, with the lessons learned from 2020, 2021, I'm doing this. I'm not doing this, I'm doing this, or I'm keeping this, but I'm shifting this. I want you to make sure that you have a plan in place. Like you're making decisions as the CEO, you're making decisions. You're not just waiting for the clock to strike midnight and like wake up and see what happens, right? We are the designers of our life. If you study any of the works of manifesting, any of the works that Tasha talks about, any of the Wallace Waddles, anything, Joe Dispenza, whomever, I don't care who you work with, you need to understand that you are in control. This is why I always say you're the CEO of you. Govern yourself accordingly. Do not, yes, ma'am. Yes, you are, Jacqueline, Faith for Life. And Karen, Faith for Life. Absolutely. Do not for 1 second. Oh my gosh, you're funny. She's like, aren't we married yet? I love it. Do not for 1 second trick yourself into thinking that life is just going to happen to you. You have the ability, the responsibility, the duty to decide what you're going to do in your life with your business and your brand. So I want to hear, what are some lessons learned from 2020? What are you going to be doing different, if anything, in 2021? Let me hear what work has been done, because I want to make sure that you're moving into the year with a plan, with a strategy. That when you, and this is why, again, for the accelerators, I'm going to do a special training today and actually record and show you the wall calendar and how you're supposed to be using it. That you are planning, that you already have a notion of what your business, your brand will be about for 4th of July holiday, what your business brand will be about for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Do you have we're planning how we're going to show up. For some people, they don't choose to do a Black Friday because that's not aligned with their brand, but you want to know that. You want to make a decision point. It's not like, here comes October and you're like, I wonder, should I be doing something for Black Friday? Those decision points need to be made now. Fortune 500 companies do not roll into a new year, a new fiscal year, and just throw stuff up and hope some good stuff roll down. They have planning sessions. So if you haven't had a planning session, for those of you in the accelerator program, and only, let me repeat myself, for those of you in the accelerator program and only, right, Faith for Life people, I'm going to do a planning session with you, like an actual planning session where I'm not training anything. We're literally sitting together on Zoom with that calendar in hand, and we're going to be mapping out your core activities. So when you come, accelerators, this is for you. When you come to that session, and I'll let you know when that is, I actually might do it as part of our monthly Monday meetings. When you come to that, your personal vacation stuff need to already be on your calendar. And I don't care if you think you're going somewhere or not. I want to encourage you to do exactly what I'm doing. Day before a holiday, day after holiday, it's booked. It's blocked off. So, okay, no worries, Jacqueline. That's totally fine. So think about for 2021, I want to hear what's new on deck for you. And is it already you've made a decision point that it is aligned? You feel good about it. There's no confusion. You're not really sure. Somebody brought this to me, but I'm not sure. Should I be doing this? What are the plans? Let's see them. How are you showing up tomorrow? So let me ask everybody who's on with me. So again, this will just be part of the planning session, but just so everybody can benefit from that. So tomorrow is the new year. Do you already have scheduled a post or an email or a video or anything to wish your people Happy New Year and give them some guidance, some direction, even if it's just show up, right? If you have already scheduled it, not that you're thinking about doing it, not that you're like, I'm gonna wake up at 6 and do it. Only, let me just make sure I'm looking at these comments good. Only if it's already scheduled to go out, meaning you could go totally la vida loca tonight. You could wake up, toe up from the flow up, and that post is still going to go out. Is it already scheduled? So Brenda says yes. KP says, oh yeah, oh, I love that. The seasonal style challenges are coming in 2021. Yes, we are here for all of those, KP, though that's going to be fire. But it's no judgment. But these are the things. Okay, so somebody says, yes, I have a scheduled post already. Please, please, please click around the video. Look where StreamYard says, click here to give permission. I desperately want to see everybody's name so I can address you properly. But yes, you're going to schedule it. So Jacqueline says she's going to don't know how. So Jacqueline, in your, when you go to your business page, where you do like write a, it says like make a post or post a schedule. Let me see what it actually says here. If I can pull up a new link, a new Facebook, and go to the page. All right, so I'm going to, I wonder if I can share my screen. Because this is important, guys. This is how I want you to show up in a much more professional flow. Okay, so let's go to my page. Let me see if I can share my screen. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Okay. So here I am on my business page. And here you see where it says create post. So, right, I click that and it says write something. So, and it could be as simple as this. Right? Maybe I put, a little emoji, a little celebration. Okay, great. So That's my post. Now on the little three dots, I click on there. If I want to add, my feelings, feeling, let's see, there's like a feeling ready. Come on. And it doesn't matter. I mean, you choose whichever feeling state you're in. I was literally thinking that there would be one that would be ready. All right, we're not going to take that time. We're just feeling happy. Okay. It's going to be the new year. So then when you click on the publishing tools, here you can schedule for both your Facebook and or your Instagram. But that's basically, Jacqueline, where you would go do it from your business page. And let me just see if on the personal page, if it allows me to schedule. Let's just see that for a second, because I'm not sure that it does. No. So on the personal, it doesn't look like it's giving me the opportunity to schedule something out. But certainly you want to have that already done. Dr. Marilyn says she's on it. Karen says, I will be scheduling. Hey, Judith, welcome. Thank you. Publishing tools. Jacqueline, sometimes a lot of the options are not available on the phone. You can try it on your iPad and see if it'll work. But sometimes the functionalities on the phone are a little bit less than what's available. But this is why I'm saying how we're going to show up different. We're going to show up more authentic. It's because when you take away from your time of showing up, when you're busy sitting, writing, trying to find the right images. By the way, did everybody get my email this morning with the Unsplash? If you did, just comment below. Let me know. KP, you're welcome. She's going to do that. Jacqueline's going to do it after she gets off. And yes, my love, this is what we do in Brand Therapy Thursday. We just bring the gold, because this is my intention, my wish, my dream, my hope, my vision for the entire planet is that everybody who's desirous of becoming the CEO of themselves, everybody who wants to live their dreams, their life, and be their own governor of their life and run their personal brand the way that they choose to do so. I want to be that source of inspiration, that guide, that Sherpa that helps them do that, because I've done it and I know the joy that I feel. And when we talked in the accelerator program the other day, I am giddy every single day I sit down at my computer. Like, my husband's always like, are you going to be in your office all day? Like, I just love it long time. So I want you to have that same joy. When you're not digging around looking for last minute posting things, you can be in your power and show up. So while that post is created, and what I'll do sometimes is, it could be like a Sunday afternoon where, it's like mindless TV time, whatever. I could be like catching up on Housewives, or I could just be like watching the news, doesn't matter. But I don't have to really think too hard. I will get on my Promo Republic and just start making my posts, because I'm not on, right, in that sense. But when I'm showing up, I can be focused, I can be present, I can be in my power, because running in the background of my mind, it's not like, oh my gosh, tomorrow is, this holiday and I wanted to get that post up. It's already done. Already done. So tomorrow is New Year. I want every single person within the sound of my voice to go to your page, whether you have a Facebook business page or a group. I want you to schedule. And here's one thing that I'll say, guys, and this is how, listen, I didn't wake up being like this, like computer tech app genius. I took the time to learn. The Google is your friend. Somebody hashtag Google is your friend. If you don't know something, the Google knows it. Yep. See, Brenda's in the platinum program. Brenda knows, because this is what CEOs do. You don't sit around and worry about creating posts every single day. You get a program that helps you get time. And we call it like batching, right? Batch production. Like, okay, I'm going to do, I don't care if it's just 30 minutes. Set your clock and say, okay, I'm going to create for 30 minutes. If you get one post done, you get two. Brilliant, wonderful. And for the accelerators who know the Your Life Gives You content challenges that we have done are genius. They're perfectly created, designed to help you do exactly that, so that you're never stuck like, oh my God, what am I going to write? Yesterday I was on with an accelerator in a planning session, and we were going through the calendar, and I said, there was something about typing, International like Day of Typing. I said, do you see how you can create a post about the International Day of Typing and tie it to your business? This is what the accelerators can do now. They're ninjas when it comes to that stuff. Most people would look at that and go, but I'm a realtor. I don't see the connection. When you join the accelerator, the connection is evident. So yes, Google is your friend. Google is your friend. Jacqueline says Google is going to be my new friend now. I love it. I love it. And Brenda says the Life Gives You Content Challenge is amazing. It's brilliant at helping you get unstuck, because you see content now everywhere. You learn how to create content from anything. That's the power that I'm transferring to all of you. So you want to, moving into 2021, even if it's just the major holidays, because here's the thing, guys, showing up authentically. If you're not consistently with some rhythm connecting with your people, whether it's, again, a post, wishing them a new year, giving them some words of encouragement, sharing an example of something that you did that might be beneficial. If you're not giving them stuff, but the only time they hear from you or see you is when you have something to sell, and it's like, oh, buy my stuff. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. I'm telling you, it does not work. So because it's not authentic, you're not really showing up that you have a relationship with your people. You're not really showing up that you really care or give a damn about them. And my mom said this to me one time. She's like, if you're in a relationship, whether it's a love relationship or a friend relationship, and you have a feeling that you're the one that's doing all the work, like you're the one that's planning the trips, you're the one that's like calling, you're the one saying, oh, this movie's coming out, stop. Just stop and see if those activities continue. Then you know they weren't rowing in the boat. You were the only person rowing in that boat. Life lesson from Mama James Allen. So I want you to build authentic relationships. That should be on your list for 2021. How are you going to show up authentically? You're going to treat your people with respect and dignity. You're going to treat your people like you care, like you give a damn. You're going to treat your people as more than just a cash register. Yes, yes. Somebody give me a more than a cash register hashtag, please. Hashtag more than a cash register. That needs to pop into your brain in the biggest way. The way that you show up in your authenticity, you move from a place of gratitude and giving. Give, give, give is how you show up in authenticity for 2021. So what does doing a scheduled New Year's post have to do? It shows that I care enough. You know that Hallmark commercial where it used to say, that's right, Judith, thank you, more than a cash register. You know that Hallmark commercial where it says, when you care enough to send the very best? That was such a brilliant line, right? Such a brilliant line, because what they're saying is, sure, anybody can go to the dollar store and get a dollar card and mail it. But when you care enough to send the very best, send a Hallmark, because that's saying, listen, we're connected deeper than you just being a transaction. And listen, no judgment on the dollar cards. I've bought plenty of dollar cards myself. They have some really cute, fun things, but I'm just using the point to say, by your actions, they will know your heart. If the only time you're communicating with your people, the only time you're showing up is when you have your offer out, you've got your event page out, you've got your click funnel out to say, buy my stuff, that's the only time they hear from you, no bueno. So little things, right? It's the little things. It's the details, and those are the grace notes that I take the time to create a post that wishes my tribe a happy new year. My stuff is already scheduled because guess what? I have a PA who's doing it, who's already done it, right? You want to do that so that it doesn't take away from the time that you need to be doing what you need to do to show up, but it also says, I care enough to take the time. When it's going to be, okay, so that's January. So we know for January 1st, New Year's. What else is in January? So this is what I want you guys to do. This is what I'm going to do with the accelerators in the planning session. There are plenty of calendars out there with national holidays. At the very least, forget about all the special days that I'm going to work with the accelerators on. The national holidays are known. New Year, Valentine, let's see, maybe March Madness could be interesting. Easter, start of summer, 4th of July, Labor Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all that good stuff. You have at least 9 pieces of content that need to be scheduled regardless of what you do. And why not just take maybe an hour? Because those you don't really need to come up with anything interesting. Those you're just giving of yourself to say, on this Easter, wishing you such joy and peace, hope that it brings your family to, oh yes, my love, Judith, thank you. Memorial Day, thank you. Let's resolve that those are going to be scheduled now. If you don't have a schedule program, the one that I use is Promo Republic. I'm an affiliate with them. I can drop the link in the group again, and but do something. I think you get like a 2-week trial period, and then after that, it's like $9 a month. But do something that allows you to be ahead of the game. Because what happens is then we get busy, right? Then the parking lot lists start to stalk us, and we're doing it, and then we forget those simple little things that if you just did that just to show like, oh wow, the person thought of me. I don't even care if you send one of my friends sent me a paperless post holiday card, like literally the thing, you open it in digitally, and I was like, oh, that's so sweet. So listen, this is not to make anybody feel judged, because listen, I was like last minute too with my credit cards, with my holiday cards. I think I was talking to Brennan. I was saying, you know what, next year I'm resolving to just like send out cards, because what happens is, right, I've got so many people on my list, so many people in my life, it becomes overwhelming for me to sit there and handwrite every single one. So then you end up what you don't do it, and you miss an opportunity to connect authentically. That's what I'm saying. I'm coaching myself on that now. Judith says, makes a lot of sense. Doing this task the weekend. Perfect. One thing off gives you more time to be present. How are you going to show up authentically? So KP says she is creating new, some seasonal challenges, styling challenges. Who else? You don't have to have anything new. I'm just saying, what's on the marketing calendar for 2021 that you're going to be focusing on? And again, the reason I'm harping on this is because I want you to be thinking strategically. I want you to be thinking ahead, not when it's like 2 weeks out and you're like, oh no, I need to, get some people in a program. No, we need to have been planning that all along. Like, if you have a program, you need to plan out every single every single time you're doing it. So for example, right, I have the 6-week social branding boot camp. The first one is going to be on January 4th. Then another 6-week social branding bootcamp is going to follow shortly thereafter. That needs to be scheduled. And why do I say you've got to schedule your things if you have those events in your business? Because as you're moving about, as you're talking, so literally, you see what I just did? I just said, Then so the next social branding bootcamp is going to be on January 4th. We're starting at 2 p.m. If you want to go ahead and get your, social brand set up, here's a link to register. I already know, so I can speak authentically like a pro. I'm not thinking, I'm going to be doing something next year. I'll let you know. Missed opportunities. That's not pro. That's not a CEO move. Just like in your business, Christmas comes on the 25th. Like nobody's surprised. Guess what? It happens year after year. If you have initiatives that you're doing in 2021, you want to make sure those are scheduled so you can start talking about it well in advance, right? If you have a retreat that you're planning, you're talking about it well in advance so that you can give people ample time. You have time to promote, et cetera, et cetera. Yes, Karen, showing up for more lives. That's what it's all about, because people don't care what you do till they know why you do it. And more importantly, they want to know you care. They don't care so much what you know as long as they know you care. I love it. Judith said, we got to make some CEO moves. Yes, that's how you show up authentically in your power. Because when you can say, give me the program again, Judith. Like ending broke. Give me the name. I'm going to just do something for you right now. What's the name of your, Judith says September is life insurance awareness. Yep, start now. There you go. You got it. This is exactly what we're going to be doing in the accelerator. Exactly this. Start looking out now and getting those like key things. So I wish I had my jar here with me, but let me just use my coffee cup. Just so imagine this is a jar that represents your brand. So what I'm asking you to do right now, and this is like a full year. First, deposit in the days that represent your free time, your you time, your holiday time, I'm taking a mental health day time. Put those in first. So that's what that wall calendar is. We're going to mark those off, and that's the most important thing we're going to do. Okay, we're going to put those in. Next, what are the signature events, the signature programs that you have as part of your brand expression? So for example, if I'm doing mine, so I just put in my 9-day Panama Canal cruise. I just put in my weekend in South Beach Airbnb. I just put in my whatever, right? All of the known desires are in on my calendar. So then let's just say it's 30 days of vacation time, mental health, right? So then minus 30 days, what else do I have left to work with? Those are the remaining days that you work. So then you look to your signature programs, your signature initiatives. What do you have? So Judith, thank you. So it's breaking the broke, mind, magic, and money. What are the signature initiatives that go along with breaking the broke, mind, magic, money? I'm making this up now. So let's say there is an annual Breaking the Broke Summit. It's a 4-day summit that has Judith presenting for 2 days. And then on the 3rd day, it's live Q&A. And then on the 4th day, it's something else, right? So let's just say she's got a 4-day summit that's like her Christmas. We're not confused. Nobody's like, oh my God, did you know Christmas on the 25th this year? As part of your brand, because that's what you want to be known for. That's what you want the word on the street to be about you. When you want to break the broke, when you want some magic on your mind and your money, you need to go find the Empress. So in order to do that and show up authentically as the purveyor of breaking the broke and helping create legacy wealth, all that kind of generational wealth stuff, she has a signature event. When is that summit happening? Is it virtual? Okay, great. What are the dates? That needs to go on the calendar. Is there also a podcast that's dealing with breaking the broke? All right. When are the podcasts being created, aired, run? That goes on the calendar. What else? What else we got? Is there an 8-week course, live coaching with the Empress, that helps you break the broke in your life, help you stomp out generational brokenness? Okay. So 8-week program, live coaching. How many are we running each year? Are we going to do 2 series, or are we going to do 4? In which case, then you have to like map it out and see what else is left. You're welcome, my love. Listen, and the only reason I'm using Judith as the example right now is because Judith is in the accelerator. And again, like American Express, membership has its privileges. So what else? We've got the signature event, which is the summit. We have got the 8-week live Break the Broke program. We have the podcasts, right? And then let's just say we have a newsletter that goes out to the list, and we're scheduling out how to break the broke in 365 days. This is the content that's coming out every month. There's a new strategy for breaking the broke. There's a Facebook group about that. There's conversations around it. Judith is getting on to different shows, different podcasts. People are inviting her to come speak. Those get filtered on as it goes. So the things that you are doing, hear me, the things that you are doing, the things that you have the greatest control over must absolutely get on the calendar. So first, put in the personal time, vacation time. I don't care if you're going anywhere. You don't know if it doesn't matter. Use my, or don't use it. I'm offering it up. Day before a major holiday, day after. So that would mean July 3rd and July 5th, and of course, July 4th, the personal branding consultancy is closed. No strategy for you today. Right? That'll be like my out of office message. Like the soup Nazi, no soup for you today. No strategy for you today. I'm out. So you put those in, this is again, represents your calendar. Next, what are your core signature things? You have a show. Jacqueline has a weekly Facebook Live. Marcella, and again, I'm only using accelerators. So when you become an accelerator, I use you for examples, and you get nuggets, you get stuff that you can go use and work on right away. Marcella has Wardrobe Wednesday. So that means every Wednesday in 2021 must be accounted for. Is there a Wednesday that is falling on a holiday? We need to already know that. We need to already schedule a replay. If you don't have things like a one stream, which I'm going to be sharing again for the accelerators, a list of all the tech, all the apps that I use. Like this list, you want it, because it's taken me years to figure out and do and build in apps that, some of them are like lifetime deals. You only pay once and you're done. Like, you want to know what those things are, because if money is an issue and you're like, I don't have money to keep paying month after month, come at me and let me give you the list of where you can just pay once and it's done. Okay. But you want to have the calendar. You want to say, okay, Wardrobe Wednesday, every Wednesday, let's look at all the Wednesdays. Do any of them fall on the holiday? Well, we're going to replay, right? We're going to let the people know. Let's just say if it's the 16th, and let's just say that was the day Marcella was going to be on a holiday. June 16th episode of Wardrobe Wednesday will be a replay of the Power Jacket session. If you have never seen it, consider yourself lucky. Here's the opportunity, and replay is scheduled. Do you guys know how to schedule a replay of a previous live that you have done? Yes, ma'am. Brand therapy and accelerator has its privileges. Hey, Ivory, no strategy. Yep, no strategy for you. We are on holiday. We are making 2021 be the year that we don't put ourselves last. Because when I did that exercise for the accelerators and I said, are you giddy? And I told them, I said, oh my God, I'm at a 10. I'm giddy with the work that I do. If your number is not where you're giddy, it could also be because you're not putting enough time back into your joy meter. So for me, I love tennis. So if I would even show you on my calendar, I have a calendar block that says tennis with Jim. It's on my calendar. So then I know, unless it's an emergency, unless it's a client thing where it could be done no other time, do I even think about stepping in on that? Dr. Marilyn says, I have a live on the business page. I am Dr. Marilyn every Sunday at 6 p.m. on the couch with Dr. Marilyn. I'm going to commit to being more consistent and increase my visibility. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because don't forget, it's not about you. Here's where we miss it, guys. And again, this is not judgment. It's just, listen, I'm coaching myself alongside with you when I'm saying these things to you. So just know, even though we're in therapy, I'm getting therapy for myself too, because we all need to hear it and remember. It's never been about you. This thing that you're doing, this thing called your brand that you're doing, how you're moving through the earth, how you're showing up, it's never been about you. You are just the messenger. You are God's hands and feet doing his work for his people on the earth. It is not about you. So let's shed that misconception. Yep. Dr. Marilyn, she's like, no more hiding, because here's what we're doing. You guys know I love the story about Jonah, because Jonah was hiding too. God said, listen, I'm going to need you to go preach against the people in Nineveh. And he was like, God, I'm not feeling that assignment. I was planning a cruise to go over to, right, the Red Sea coast. So I'm just going to hop and get on this boat, and I'm going to be about my business. And he thought he could run away and hide from God. Silly man. Thought he could run away and hide from the calling. And what did God do? He turned that boat over upside down. Then you're in the smelly belly, fishy belly of a whale, and you're spit out, almost wrecked and ruined. And what happened to Jonah? Somebody tell me what happened to Jonah after all of that deal went down. What happened to Jonah? Who knows? And I'm pausing because it's for dramatic effect. I want you to hear the conclusion. The moral of the story is, let's see if there's a delay. Well, he was swallowed because he lived. So he was swallowed by the whale. The whale spit him up on the island. He pulled himself together. He gathered himself. And guess what? Ended up preaching against the people in Nineveh anyway. So all of that trauma, drama, agita of trying to run away and hide, not do his live, talk about he's not going to like show up on the live because he's not camera ready. He went and preached anyway, because that was God's plan for him. And if you guys saw my prayer post today, but that is one of the things I'm setting for my intention, is that I am so clear that how I'm moving through 2021 is aligned with God's will for my life. All right? It's aligned with God's will for my life and my purpose. Like that for me is like my big intention, my overarching intention. Because when you seek first the kingdom, all of the heart's desires, everything that you are wanting for, you're desirous of, God's already said, it's my pleasure to give you the kingdom. So I just want you to you're thinking about setting an intention, just listen. Here's a universal that my actions, my thoughts, my deeds are aligned with God's will for my life. He is the master creator. He is the creator of the universe. He is the man who created the blueprint. You know how sometimes when you somebody says something and then and another person just raised their hand and like, yeah, what she said. That's my what's your intention for 2021? What God said, what he said. That's it. I have no other plans, because anything else that I have deep down that I want to impact the world, that I want to, build this international. Listen, guys, let me tell you, shout out to the accelerator program. I looked today on the AppSumo dashboard, and I forget who I was telling. A new accelerator from Botswana. I was joking. I'm like, you know what? I don't know that I could even like point on the map where Botswana is, but from Botswana, from Sweden, from the UK. So if you want to be connecting with some international folks, and let me tell you, we do business together in the accelerator anyway. So it kind of becomes like a de facto networking session, but we're all together unified on the journey of building our brand, standing out in our authenticity. Dr. Marilyn says, I'm going to use that as my affirmation. That's right. It's not about you. You are the vessel, God's hands and feet, doing his work on earth. What did he call you to do? Do that. So when we talk about, I'm not ready, I want to show, I tell you this all the time. It's not even, the big part is not even that you're playing small. That's not the challenge. The challenge is you're being disobedient to God, because he's the one that put that initial gift in your heart that you thought you could dare, Dr. Marilyn, go be a master's, PhD, clinical psychologist. That's not about you. That's all God. That's God's business. He's the one who set you forth on that path. So when you're like, I'm not going to get on the couch today, because he was like, wait a minute. I put you through college. I educated you. I gave you letters in front of your name and behind your name. You've got initials. And now you're going to talk about you're not trying to serve my people? No, ma'am. Hello, Mary Doissé from the UK. I love saying that. It's not about you. Harken back to Moses. What he tried to do, tell God, I've got the stutter problem. I'm not good in front of the camera. My lives are messy because I stutter and I can't rewind it. And what did God ask him? Who made your mouth? Judith says, I smell like whale vomit, but no worries. I decided to show up anyway. LOL, I'm camera ready. Listen, exactly. God said, who made your mouth? What are you trying to tell me? I'm the one who gave you your gifts, Dr. Marilyn, Brenda Swanson, Jacqueline Young Landy, Deb, right? Karen Treaster. I'm the one, Christina Performance, I'm the one who gave you your gift, Makiko Land. I'm the one who gave you the anointing of that gift. We cannot be in defiance, disobedience to God. 2021, we need to act like we know it's not about us. We are the governor general of the house, but it's not our house. Just like the president lives in the White House, but we know it's not his house, it's the people's house. You're about the people's business. That's what God put you here for. You're to be about the people's business. And you don't show up in 2021 because you don't know how to do this. The Google is your friend. You know who else is going to be your next bestie? YouTube. Somebody hashtag, let YouTube be your bestie. Let YouTube be your bestie. You don't know something, go find out about it. No longer is it going to be okay to say, I can't. I want everybody to make a resolution resolve, decision. I'm not using that word anymore. Oh, I can't do the graphic. I am not yet a genius on this graphic design thing in Canva, but I'm on a mission to get better and better every single day. What I did, I would just take my weekends. That's right. YouTube is my bestie 2021. I love it. Yes. YouTube will be your BFF. Yes, ma'am. We are not short on content. We are not short. When I say we, meaning we the people, we are not short on knowledge. What we are short on and what we must elongate is purpose and passion and drive. The information is out there. How do I create a landing page? Guess what? I will bet money there is a video somewhere on YouTube in the Google that somebody did that says, here are the steps to creating a landing page in Constant Contact, in whatever. So we have two options for 2021. We either hire it done or we go learn. We take the time to learn how to do it. That's it. There is no reason that we're not always in forward momentum, because where there's a will, there's a what? Where there's a will, there's a way. When President Kennedy set the intention that we, United States of America, will put a man on the moon, he went to the scientist, NASA, and he said, what is it? Because remember now, nobody from our country, at least, had ever traveled to outer space and landed on the moon. Never happened. And President Kennedy said, what is it going to take to put a man on the moon? Who knows what the response was from the scientist? I'm going to wait. I know there's a little bit of delay, but this is powerful. And then I'm going to wrap us. What did the scientist say to President Kennedy when he asked him, what is it going to take to put a man on the moon? Yes. Purpose, passion, drive 2021. That's to be a t-shirt. I'm gonna start making some swag for you guys. We get this burn into our souls. Absolutely. Does anybody know, if you know what the scientist said, share it. If you don't, just start putting no, so I know not to wait for too long, because I'm already 10 minutes over my time and I don't like to be keeping you guys longer than I promised. Does anybody know? If you don't, somebody just start typing no, so I know not to wait too long. Do you know what the response was from the NASA scientist when President Kennedy said, what is it going to take to put a man on the moon? No. Okay. Thank you, Mary. Okay. Jacqueline says no. Okay, everybody lean in. Listen close. Remember the scenario I set up for you. It had never been done. So with our natural eyes, we could say, oh, it's impossible. Oh, it's impossible. There's no way. It's never been done before. Nobody can land on the moon. And President Kennedy said to the NASA scientists, what is it going to take to land a man on the moon? And the scientists looked at him and said, the will to do it. Do you have the will to do it? Do you have the will to show up for your people in 2021? Do you have the will to stand forward and gifted and let people hear your voice, let people feel your passion, let people get anointing when you lay hands on them, because you've got the solution to their problems? When they are walking in the street looking like a hot mess, and you can just KP with an anointing hand, touch them, and then they come out like flawless and fabulous. Are you willing? It's just the will to do it. What are you trying to do? Notice the goal, the resolution, the decision point, whatever we want to call it on this New Year's Eve, right? So let's just say it's 2021. Using that same analogy, what is it going to take for you to show up authentically and serve your people in 2021? The will to do it. Somebody hashtag the will to do it. Because desire cannot be coached. This I know to be true. No matter how good or bad to the bone I am as a strategist, as a coach, as a Sherpa, as a ninja, whatever, if you don't have in here the even though, nevertheless, the even though it's never been done before, even though we've never sent a man on the moon, even though we've never had manned mission to Mars, much less manned mission to the moon, nevertheless, we are going to the moon. Are you determined? Are you resolved to show up powerfully, authentically for your brand in 2021? Let me hear it. I want to see hashtag I will. I will, I will, I will. I'm going to wrap us up. I will. Everybody hashtag I will. I want you to let that be your mantra. You know, one of the things I put on my my video board, and listen, and shout out to Karen for getting hers done. Shout out to Jacqueline Young Landy. We're going to rock her her video vision board. And guys, this is, so you see, this is what I love. I mean, I always use Jacqueline as the poster child, because she exemplifies the even though, nevertheless. Listen, I didn't have to tell her twice. She was like, wait a minute now. Did you say you just created a session to create video vision boards for people? She was like, yep, I'm in, paid, we're done. We're going to do hers. You've got to take action and move. The minute we stay stalled, paralyzed, worried, oh my, move. I gave you this analogy before. You guys know in construction, the big, huge cement trucks that are carrying cement from one construction site to the next. You know that barrel moving. You know what's in there? Cement. Do you know what cement is? It's rock hard solid. If what? Cement gets rock hard solid, immovable if it stops the momentum. Then it starts to set and settle and harden. So this is what we have to do, guys. 2021, we just got to stay in momentum. We just got to stay moving no matter what. Even if it's a slower bowel turn, right? It doesn't matter. Stay in momentum, stay moving forward. The will to do it. What are your intentions? I want to grow my Facebook group to 5,000. What is it going to take? Karen, it'll take the will to do it. I want to speak in front of an audience of 10,000. What is it going to take? The will to do it. The will to do it, and I will do it. That resolve, that determination. The will to do it. Yes, ma'am. Listen, Mary Doissé, she's another one. I don't have to tell Mary nothing twice. Even though, nevertheless, all the way from the UK, never met Mary Doissé in person, just feeling the vibe in the tribe. Now she's accelerated. Now she's Faith for Life. Movement, decision, decided, purpose, will, and drive. 2021 has to be a decision point for us. We saw what happened in 2020. Most of you guys know, I think everybody knows, I lost my dad to COVID. I don't have time to play around. I am so not playing around with this thing called life, with this thing called purpose, with this thing called what am I here to do? Because the number of your days will be fulfilled. That's the promise. I am fulfilling all of my days. I'm taking up all of my space, because that's what God called us to do. Large in the place of your territory, expand your tent, widen out. 2021, I want to see every single person showing up bigger. I don't care. Listen, let me just tell you the gift that Karen Treaster gave me. So Karen's in the Platinum program. We've been working together now for about a year. And one of the things that was part of her process was she needed to write all of her scripts for her Friday show, Phoenix Rising. And that would take her a number of hours of preparation. And then what is that doing? It's not letting her show up. She, after many, many sessions, and I'm going to say unbeknownst to me, because she didn't tell me before she did it, but I literally was in tears of joy. A video, a live, where she said, here I am standing with no script. I'm just doing it. I'm overcoming my own fear. That for me was the biggest gift, because all I'm about is that transformation. I want to shift you from where you are into your full potential, because Karen has gift in her hands, in her heart, in her mind. When she helps you go through that whole, high vibration Phoenix Rising program, it's the most remarkable thing. And I'm like, you talk from here. I want you to start talking from here. The script was just a crutch. You already know it. So guys, you already know your stuff. You just must be determined and resolved to do the things that you know you need to do, to show up, to say, I'm here. I am ready to serve. When God says, who shall I send? Elijah was, Lord, send me. Are you ready to be sent into 2021 to serve your people that have been assigned to you? They're assigned to you. This is why I want nobody to worry about competition and who's. Your people have already been assigned to you. You don't need to worry about it, and you've got your people are assigned to you. It's now for you to show up. So, yes, ma'am. Mary Dorsey says she's ready. Who's ready for 2021? Let's go. Let us go. Oh my goodness. Let us go. Brenda says, Karen's fantastic. She's been working with her since her first Phoenix Rising program. Yes, I mean, the whole teaching me about the vibrational scale and realizing that I was in suffering anytime I was in fear, and what suffering physically does to the body. And listen to me now, I've got my gratitude. I've got my morning routine that Karen taught me. I'm golden. Get you some Phoenix Rising coming up January 11th. Connect with Karen Treaster for information on that. Let's go, people. 2021. I am so grateful to all of you. I just want to say this year for me, as you know, it's been tough, but it's also been amazing at the same time. I am grateful for it all. I'm learning again from working with Karen. I'm learning how to find and express gratitude for everything in my life, even the loss of my dear, beloved, departed father. I'm learning to find the gratitude in that, because when I think about if I was just going to be sad and depressed and not show up, that he was so supremely proud of his children that I would be in my desire to be in grief and mourning, I would be disappointing him, because one of the things he would always say is, oh, these are my three children. These are my three children. We would fly home from Jamaica from Brooklyn every summer. And from the time we landed to the time we were supposed to get to our house in Havendale, hours, we can't reach home yet. Stop at this rum bar. Oh, these are my children. These are my children. Stop here. These are my children. It was like a publicity tour. He was so proud of us. So even though, nevertheless, I used to take my own coaching, even though, nevertheless, I was deeply devastated by the loss of my dad, nevertheless, I'm grateful that I was able to have those years with him. I'm grateful that I showed up for my people. I'm grateful that I didn't stop. I'm grateful that I have God as my brand strategist, God as the CEO of my company, God as the chairman of my board to help me through. One of my clients was saying, she's like, I don't know how you do all the things that you do. Like, how is it? I said, me and God are a majority. So God's got me and he's got you. You just have to lean on him. I'm going to leave you with this. I don't know where the scripture is, but it says, Jesus says, here I am standing, knocking at the door, waiting for someone to open it. God's waiting for you. He's waiting to push you into your purpose, your potential, but you got to open the door. Open the door. Yes. Gratitude connects you to the source of good. Absolutely. And God is our source. God is our source. Yes. Amen and amen. Listen, we're so grateful for 2020. We are grateful for you. I am grateful for you. I'm grateful for this platform. I'm grateful for the way you guys have shown up and supported this show. I'm grateful for the way that you have loved on me and just been such loyal friends, clients, cheerleaders, supporters, just been in my circle. And I count myself so blessed to do this thing that I do. I tell you, I love the work that I do. It is my joy. It is my pleasure to serve you. If I could be of any greater service for you in 2021, it will be in the accelerator. If you're not in, get in, find the link, ask somebody where the link is. You want to get in before midnight tonight, because then hashtag Faithful Life goes away. And you don't want to miss out on those. You don't want to miss out on those privileges. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I receive that. I'm sending you blessings. I'm praying over each and every single one of you that your businesses just become tenfold, 20-fold, 1,000-fold prosperous and blessed, that you stand strong in the truth of who you are, that you understand that you are his creation, his masterpiece, his joy, his wonderful works, and that you are designed, ordained, able, willing, well equipped to run the race that he has set forth for you. So with that, my blessings of joy. Have a wonderful, wonderful, happy, safe New Year's Eve. Remember, if you're getting together with people, social distance, wash your hands, wear a mask, just be here, and let's ready to rock. Let's ready to rumble in 2021. I'm beyond and beyond. So with that, my lovelies, I'm going to bid you all farewell. Adieu. See you next year. And we're going to rock it in 2021. Bye for now.